everybody, dough cookie back. Okay, so I had absolutely no intention of recording anything today. I probably wasn't even going to do a reaction to this mukbang because I did 2 yesterday and then she did a third. Well, 2 reactions and then she did her other mukbang and I did that too. But Linsky said she missed seeing my facial expressions. So I thought she's got another thing I haven't reacted to, so I'm going to set my computer up and I'm going to do one. Just a quick little react for Linsky. Now, I'm going to do a foodie, I'm going to do an ambi. The reason I appear this way is because, before I've already mentioned that on my days off, I'm not doing makeup to allow my skin to breathe. I'm red and blotchy because I just got off the treadmill from doing 5Ks, 3K intermittent run, 2K walk, and I just had a hot shower. It's more fresh and clean. That is why I look so hot messy. I don't want to hear one word, not one word. And not that anybody's going to mention anything about my hair, because whenever my hair looks tragic, nobody does me the kindness of bringing it up. So I don't want to hear anybody saying anything about this limp, wet, hot mess. Okay? Okay, good. We're all friends still. All right, so Foodie's back on the paneer train. She's clearly had a craving. And she doesn't fight the craving. She just rolls home with it. So you and I are going to watch this together. She is at 1.5 speed because she talks so slow and I've not edited this one iota. I'm just going to be doing commentary. Don't know how long this is going to be, but for you, this is for Linsky, okay? All right, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Let's hope she's loud enough.
Hello, Foodie Beauties. Girl.
Fast forward.
Or maybe a nice video. Cooking dinner with moi.
Hey, we're there at the magic sweet
Bismillah. And let's get into the thick of it.
We're gonna turn it.
I'm sorry for rushing the intro, but I miss you guys. All that good stuff. I'm just really hungry. Paneer.
Because she's intermittently fasting. She's allowing herself to get to the point where she's absolutely ravenous before she eats, which is really good strategy if you're an inge-eater.
Oh, is this? Yeah, this is naan.
Oh, touch all of it.
Naan bread and
touch it.
Paneer. What kind of paneer is this though? I think I got a Shahi paneer. Yeah, there's paneer makhani, Shahi paneer. There's all kinds of paneer. All right, I just wanted mine with bread today. So Bismillah and let's eat. Sherry, sherry lady.
Who dares to believe that she has got a big fat side of rice just sitting off to the side somewhere? Or perhaps she has listened to what other people have been saying. I'm not saying me. I'm saying the entire reaction community, where every single person says, you are eating way too much rice. Perhaps she's listened to them and she's gone, no, this time I'm just going to stick with my pita, my warm, homemade fresh bread.
Going through the motion. Yum.
Yum.
This thick, creamy, rich gravy. Mmm. It tastes kind of like the other paneer I get, but like a hint of coconut or something. Yum.
Foodie, as in foodie, which insinuates a person with knowledge and a love for dishes, how dishes are made, the ingredients, the quality of the ingredients. Doesn't take the time to figure out what's in the meal that she's buying, what's different about Shahi paneer to the paneer that she normally eats. She could do an entire 5-minute rant on the differences of paneer. I personally wouldn't listen to it, but her loyal beesers love that crap. They love to listen to her moan on about the most banal things. That's content, and it would make your video longer, therefore you'd get more ads. And it wouldn't be any content that could be potentially controversial or offensive or could make anybody mad. Nobody ever got mad about paneer before.
Let me try this cheese curd. So paneer is Indian cheese.
It's Indian cheese.
It's like a cheese curd type of cheese.
Oh,
very easy.
I spoke too soon. We are going to get a 5-minute tirade about paneer. Oh my God. I'll decide when I choose to fast forward. I have the veto power.
To make, you just curdle milk with lemon juice or something acidic. Vinegar, I use white vinegar, and then you strain it.
We know, Foodie, you have made paneer before with a dirty, the hijab wasn't dirty at the time. I choose to believe she had washed it before she used it. With a previously used hijab that she used to strain the paneer into place. She's done that. That's what she did. She's like MacGyver in the kitchen, is our foodie. Nothing can stop her from making our dish perfect. She's like, I don't have cheesecloth that is readily available at most grocery stores, especially in a Middle Eastern grocery store where they make paneer a lot, or an Asian grocery store, because I know, because that's where I buy mine from. I couldn't possibly use an old tea towel that is in the kitchen. No, what have I got close at hand? Ugly hijab. I'll use it for my paneer hijab. Perfect. Fixed it. Problem solved. Sloppy.
Put it in the fridge.
The best kind of mukbang. Sloppy. Anyone else drink from a vase? Anybody else drink from a vase? No? Just Foodie? Okay.
Berry juice with a bunch of ice. So, I'm actually in a really good mood.
She got paid yesterday.
Just some things that, mashallah, have been happening in life.
Tell us. Come on.
And also, first I want to say, I see some comments where it's like, people have the nerve to say, like, you look miserable, you're unhappy, like telling me how I feel. And it's like, I can assure
No. We aren't telling you how you feel. We are telling you how we think you look. You look like a miserable person. Whether that's what's actually going on the inside, that's just, we're just hypothesizing. But from the facial expression and the situation you're in, you look miserable. There are times where your face just, whether it's you've just got resting miserable face, that could just be your default mode. But we are just describing what we're seeing. If you don't feel that way, you have every opportunity to refute that. And that's what you're doing now. That's how the back and forth works. We say you're miserable. You say you're not. You bitch and moan. We respond. It's the ecosystem of reaction channels and Chantal. That's how it works. We think you look miserable.
for you that just because I'm overweight and I have struggles, everyone has struggles in life.
Mm-hmm. Not all of us lean into them and look for them, but okay.
I still love my life very, very much.
So much to love.
I really love my life, and I'm working, on it.
I honestly, I would love for her to sit down and list the things that she loves about her life. I mean, I guess her perception of her life is in her views, she has everything she's ever needed. She's ever needed and never wanted. A man to call husband, whether he is an actual, real, proper husband that is in love with her and is there because he wants to be there for no other agenda other than to be in her presence with the woman that he loves. Doesn't matter. She has a man she can call husband. She has a house to live in that's safe, that we know the doors lock. It's stable for now. She's got a chauffeur that can drive her around. She's got a butler that'll grab her food. She's allowed to eat whatever she wants with no consequence from inside her own home. She doesn't have any family around her to bug and nag at her. She's not stifled by tight-fitting Western clothes anymore. She can eat as much Middle Eastern food as she wants. And she doesn't have to physically do anything to earn money. She just has to show up on camera. So, yes, I can see why Foodie would love her life. Other people from the outside looking in could see how living in a body that's a prison would be pretty terrible. The state of the relationship, the disingenuity from the outside, what we perceive it as, is not an ideal love relationship or friendship or coexisting relationship. A lot of people wouldn't like that. The financial instability that if her channel was taken away tomorrow, she has nothing else to back her up except for Salah's income. And we don't even know what he does for a living, whether it's legit or not. I mean, he may be an Uber driver. He could make faux perfumes. Who knows? But from Foodie's perspective, I pretty much could say I can see why she would say that she loves her life, because it's exactly how she would want it to be. Other than the fact that she's not a skinny mini in good health, she has everything else she wants. And paneer and bread.
But at the same time, I'm going to keep trying and pushing myself. And we have a lot of exciting content coming up, actually, so stay tuned for that. I know I say that, but
and it never
it's actually coming up real
happens.
soon. We have some vlogs, a lot of nice content.
She always says that, but she never delivers. And that's what frustrates people. She said, that's going to be exciting. Foodie, you going and walking along the beach with Sala's not exciting. Going to what you consider exciting, I know what it is. I know what it is. What she considers exciting is when she thinks, I'm going to be physically exerted by this activity, so therefore it must be exciting for the viewer. No, it's not. It's not. Just because you get your heart rate up and you turn bright pink and you sweat and you feel literally like you might stroke out does not mean the thing that you're doing is high stress or high tension or lots of fun. It just means it's physically hard for your body to do. The people watching you think, Jesus Christ, she just walked into a chicken shop. Why is she about to pass out? That's not exciting content. I could think of a million exciting things that I would want you to do that would be great and entertaining and fun to do, but I don't think you are physically capable of doing them. And that's, that is what it is. But there are plenty of things that are not physically exerting that you would be able to show us within Kuwait. But you as the creator have got to come up with those ideas. I've got them. I'm not going to share them with you because that's cheating. That's cheating.
Content for you guys.
And if you film things poorly, that's your fault.
I'm never going to give up.
No, you won't get a chance to give up, Foodie, because you're just going to keel over one day. You're going to have a medical emergency and end up in hospital. And if it's something really bad like a stroke or an aneurysm or a blood clot that goes to your heart or your brain, there's not going to be much life to live, really, if that's how dire it gets. The choice may be taken out of your hands at some stage. And I think that's why people it's getting more and more urgent. And that's why so many reactors and so many people around you are finding it harder and harder to support you and are bringing it up more and more because the physical presentation is becoming more and more notable. Everybody notes it and everybody is like, holy shit, she looks really bad from very little exertion. Everybody seems to be stressed out by it except for you. You seem to be less worried about it than everybody.
But don't assume just because someone is overweight that they hate their life.
We don't think it's because you're overweight. We just think it's because it's you, because you're a miserable so-and-so. And the way you talk and the way you treat people, it's the thing outside of your weight that makes us think you're miserable. It's your moods, it's your behavior, it's your mentality, it's the way you interact with people. That's why we think you're miserable. And your facial expressions. Yes, your face is overweight, but expressions are expressions, whether you're skinny, fat, or otherwise. You just look miserable. You sound miserable. Take the body out of the factor. Your weight does not make your mood any different other than, you know what I'm trying to say. You guys know.
Yes, I wish I was healthier. Yes, I wish a lot of things, but I'm still grateful for everything else I have in my life. And I know what I'm going through is a test from Allah. So I bear it.
No offense to religious people out there, but I hate it when people say stuff like that. Like they take any responsibility off their hands. Oh, it's all God. It's all in God's hand. I've got no control whatsoever. When it's the complete opposite, they gave you free will. You are completely in control. They gave that to you. Stop. If you're a religious person, and
figuring out to do,
I'm not a religious person.
Before I get there.
I love how these conversations are always done while she's eating a ridiculously large amount of food with a ridiculously large amount of bread. It's the irony and if you didn't know and you had never stumbled across Foodie and knew her backstory, you would think that she's a satire channel. Like she's satire. She's making fun of herself by saying these things while she's eating this meal on this subject matter. You would think she's satire. It's like, is she? Is this made up? Is this jokes? This is jokes.
So I know it's not, I should not like focus on negative comments, but they're comments that like are a general stereotype. Like, you know, I'm trying to knock down the stereotype, not just like feed into the negativity.
But Foodie, you are the stereotype. You fit the mold. You are lazy, dirty in your home and in your hygiene. You overeat on purpose. You're obsessive over food. You're obsessive over men. You talk about body positivity, but not in health, in any kind of context that is helpful or insightful or inspiring. You're delusional about your size. You are the crazy fat girl stereotype. And you try and you try and you try without any actual effort and expect maximum results immediately. You are the stereotype. You're not breaking the mold. You're not breaking down any walls. You're not bringing communities together. You are confirming the stereotype for the people who believe in that stereotype about fat women. You are the poster child. You're not helping anybody. You are not helping other fat women who are not like you, who are stereotyped. Mm-hmm.
But
oh, and you smell. Not good. Not good. You smell not good. I sort of qualify that. That's been not from my opinion. Pete said so. Pete's said so.
I find watching videos like today, I spent like,
I thought you weren't watching negative stuff anymore, and I didn't think you ever watched reactors except for Yo Mama, but you don't watch Yo Mama. So what are you watching and where are you getting all these negative comments from? Are they the comments that you're deleting from your own comment section, or are they comments from in the comment section of other reactors that you don't watch, that you don't read? Where's this information coming from, Foodie? Come on, tell us. Just whisper it. You tell Cookie. You just whisper it in my ear. I won't tell anyone else, I promise. You just whisper it right here to me. No, you don't want to? Oh, you're so unfair. You don't want to play my game. Oh, well. Anyway, moving on.
at least 30 minutes. Straight watching these videos on TikTok of this.
Look, Foodie, what if we told you? Oh, God, now I look crazed. I look like, you know what I look like? Marty, you've got to get to the clock tower. That's by midnight. That's what I look like. Let me fix. Little bit better, but okay. I look like Doc Brown. That's who I look like.
Long-haired chicken called Pretzel. Who is the cutest thing ever. And like watching happy things is my point. Like, I don't know how people live day to day coming online and having to be negative to make a living. Like, honestly, like think about it.
Most of us don't. Most of us go to our jobs to pay our bills. This is our hobby. This is the thing we do after we've done the other things. I've said this before. This is not how we make our living. This is the other thing. This is your living, not ours.
For example, and go watch our vlog, our couples vlog, by the way.
No, don't go watch it. It's boring.
That was a very positive video. Like,
unless you want to, go and watch all of Foodie stuff if you want to. But I would think it's probably 18 minutes of your life that you never get back again.
Salah was being very supportive.
Enabling. You call it positive. We call it enabling. Tomato, tomato.
And people have to make it a negative thing. Like, it's some people's literal jobs online to try to twist something and making it into a negative.
Who? Name them. Tell us who it is. Tell us the specific thing that they've twisted to turn it into something negative. Don't just make the broad claim. I want receipts. I want times. I want timestamps. I want dates. I want the creator. I want to know who they are. Tell me. Tell me who they are, Foodie. You can't just generalize. Come on, come on, come on, come on. You got to be better at it than this. Otherwise, it's just you saying words.
Just because we're not making out or doing really haram things on camera.
Like not eating moderately. That could be something that could be said. You eat not moderately on camera all the time. You went out to dinner and not ate moderately with Salah just the other night. That is also haram. What's a little peck on the cheek? Come on, do it. Just a little pop on the cheek. Come on. If he really loved you, he'd do anything. He'd give you the world.
And because Salah's first language is not English.
No. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I will not accept that, Foodie. We all, not just in my life experience, I've spoken to so many people. I work in retail. I worked in the public environment. I know people in my life whose first language is not English. And even though they speak with sometimes very thick accents or very light accents, they do not sound like a robot with no emotional connection. No, he is dead inside. He is AI, he's robotic. He has no personality, and the scripted lines that you write for him are so freaking cringe. That's why it comes across that way. He's dead with no personality, and the script is poor. People with accents whose language is not the first language can speak with a natural cadence and have natural conversations. You guys don't have it. That's why people say that. It's not because his language is not English, his first language isn't English. It's because of his personality combined with the script that you've given him. Shut up.
Any interaction, even though he's being completely loving, has to be awkward or a sign that he doesn't love me. If
awkward is as awkward does. If you replace that with what is his name? Forrest Gump, he's awkward. That's why it comes off that way. You're awkward. That's why it comes off that way. Don't be mad at us because you guys are awkward.
If he didn't love me,
he doesn't.
He wouldn't be trying to encourage me to do the right things in my life.
No, he's saying don't be hard on yourself. Take a break, sit down. Well, he takes you out to a massive meal. He's probably bought this massive meal home for you. He's taking you outside and he's expecting you to walk on rusty boats. He's taking you down to beaches and expecting you to jump down rock walls. He's obviously looking out for your best interests, Foodie.
He wouldn't try to be helping me become a better person. And just because I eat what I want doesn't mean behind the scenes you don't know what we talk about. You don't know what he tries to encourage me to do. You don't know. Like, there's many times we
know he's not encouraging you to eat well. We know he's not encouraging you to actively, to walk and hold yourself accountable and push yourself in a safe way. Why hasn't he sent you to a doctor to get a full medical checkup? You went to a clinic the other day because you had some heart pains. Have you been to another doctor for a follow-up to get an EKG? What if one of your blood clots has shifted? Would you know that without an MRI or an EKG or an X-ray? No, doesn't seem like you're too concerned about it. If he was really loving and really concerned, he would be freaking out and shitting his pants at your physical condition right now. He would not be like, don't be too hard on yourself. Get bent, Foodie. No.
Helped me deflect from a bitch.
He laughs when you're bitchy. Shut up.
He's an amazing, amazing supportive person.
No, he's a dickhead. Sloppy-faced, lurchy dickhead.
Where are your spouses? Where are your significant others?
My spouse is out doing his job, providing resources for the building industry. That he's done the same job for nearly, what year are we in it? 17 years? I've actually seen the place that he works. I've picked him up from the place that he works. I've met the people that he works with. I've met their wives. I've been to parties. That's where my husband is. And you know what my husband asked me about this morning? You know what he asked me about this morning? Like, oh, you know what I heard? I had a friend go to the air show on the weekend, and he's thinking, I heard about something really cool that would be really awesome to go and do. And I was like, oh, what is it? What is it? Because he loves roller coaster rides and big dangerous things like jumping off things and doing all that stuff. And I hate it. So I do try and encourage him to do those things because I know that I can't do them with him. So when he finds something that he can do by himself that's going to give him an adrenaline rush, I'm all for it. You know, support away. Frightened out of my mind, but he loves to do it. He's considering doing a jet fighter flight, right? And there's another one where you could go in a Spitfire. One goes really fast, but you see lots. And the other one just goes really, really, really fast. And you get all the G-forces, and it's just, you can't see hardly anything, but you're going at like max speed and blah, blah, blah. And he was trying to figure out which one he wanted to do. Both of these things cost $2,500. And I said to him, would you need to save up? Because we have separate money. Our money's separate. Would you need to save up for a little bit, do a little bit of overtime to pay for it? He goes, no, I could do it tomorrow if I wanted to. And I'm like, okay, great. Well, I think you should do the firefighting one. I think you should do the jet fighter one. I think you'd love that the most. And he's like, oh, yeah. I said, I think you'll regret it if you do the slow one. He goes, yeah, but it goes for longer. And I'm like, yeah, but you love that adrenaline. So he's now deciding which one he wants to do. And he's going to pay for that himself because we have separate money. That's where my husband is, working so he can enjoy himself on his own, doing his own activities. Well, I work and I pay for my fun things and my own activities because that's how we roll. That's exactly where my husband is. And he left here at 9 o'clock in the morning to get to his job at 10 o'clock. What can I tell you, Foodie? What can I tell you?
You know, just watching you be negative all the time online. You sit there and say that we're not in a happy relationship.
If it doesn't bother you and it's not true, then you wouldn't think about it and need to defend it. You'd be like, nah, it's not even, like, you just laugh it off. Like, you just laugh it off. You wouldn't even worry about it. It sticks. It's a thorn in your side because you know it's true and it bugs you. And so many people say it and so many people recognize it. It really bugs you. It's 9 months later, Foodie. You're never going to convince us that you guys are a loving couple. It's never going to happen.
But yet, no happy person is doing what these people do online.
That's why we think you are miserable, because of the things you do online. That's why. It's because of the way you act, the way you rage, the way you talk about people. Blah, 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 blah. It's all the same.
Period. So yeah, I mean, we don't really care, you know.
You care.
He also actually stopped a lot of rages.
You care all. Yeah.
He's not responsible for my actions, though. You know, he's not.
But he's your husband in a Muslim country. You're Muslims. Sorry, not a Muslim country, an Islamic country. Population-wise, mostly Islamic country. I thought the men were responsible for their household's actions. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? The things that you do can get you in trouble. And because he is the man in the house and therefore responsible for the family within that household, he can also be held responsible. Is that not how it works? Have I gotten it wrong?
Responsible for what I put in my mouth. I am.
So
to blame someone else is ridiculous. And I see that a lot.
But he doesn't stop
people
you
want
either.
So bad for Salah to be another, you know who, Voldemort.
Oh, no. Cracky is cracky. Salah is Salah. They are two totally different people, both using you for their own end game. Cracky was running his game, his con, his grift. Salah's running his own. They are both dipshits. Both dipshits. Both. You are a soft target. You're an easy mark. That's why they both picked you. They may not be the exact same type of people, but they're both dishonest grifters. That's why we're not trying to make him anything. He's showing us who he is. He's showing it.
They want to. They don't want that nasty saga in my life to end because they don't want me to do better in my life. They don't want me to be happy. And that's the truth, and you know it. Why?
She's getting amped up now. So the food, like the mouthfuls and the bread, it's going to get more aggressive. So let's just keep an eye out for the aggressive food eating. The more she eats, the more it goes.
Start to be happy.
It'll be bigger mouthfuls.
People will push and push and twist and start rumors and find things to, you know, trigger a rage.
How do we twist it? We just say what we see. How is that twisting it? We're not adding in facts that we don't have. We're not saying they're facts. We're just going, I see this image before me and the words that have just been said, and this is my opinion, and this is what it looks like, and this is what that sounded like. I could be wrong, but this is what I think. What do you guys in the audience think? Do you agree or disagree? And people will say what they think. They'll either think it's true or not, or right or wrong. We're not sitting here doing like a 1,500-word essay on this is why I think Foodie Beauties, and we're like handing it in for us to be graded as correct or incorrect. We're just simply giving an opinion.
And that's my responsibility, not to let myself get triggered. But I know this is not a rage, okay?
Okay.
This is speaking facts.
No, this is your opinion. These are not facts. This is opinion, like our opinion. This is your perception. So this is your truth. This is our perception. This is our truth. What we think. Foodie, you didn't go to university at all, I'm sure. I'm sure.
About how backwards some things on YouTube are. And yeah, I still talk about those issues because they're still problematic. But when I do get to a boiling point and say something, oh, you see, she's a bad person. See what she said?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And you know how do you get to the boiling point, Foodie? How do you get there? By looking at all of the information that is incorrect and wrong, that's invalid, that's nonsensical, that's stupid, that's made up, that's lies. So why do you consume it? Because you love the drama and you want to be mad at stuff. And you can't help it. Your ego pushes you there because you need to know what everybody's saying. Because you think one day magically you're going to do one good thing one day and everybody's just going to be like, Foodie is a completely new and different person. She's not at all who we thought she was. That one good action has changed our complete attitude and minds and opinions on who she is. Let's all love her now and do it vocally and often online. It's never going to happen, Foodie. You do crap. We talk about it. You whinge and whine. We watch it. You eat. You get fatter. Your health decreases. Blah, de, blah, de, blah. That's just exactly it. And then you'll do this. And then tomorrow you'll be like, I need to get on track, guys. I need to be more motivated. I'm going back to the gym. And then 2 days later it'll be like, oh, it's too hard. My mental, blah, de, blah, de, blah. And then you'll come online. I had a moment of weakness. Puff, puff, puff. Shisha, shisha, shisha. FFG sucks. Look at you. Oh, garlic bread. Blah, blah, blah. Marty biz Marty. Puff, puff, puff. And then 2 days later, it's like, oh, I need to get on track. This is Foodie Beauty, guys. Foodie Beauty. All of this while having a McDonald's, a BK, and probably another Taco Bell's mukbang. Ta-da! I just predicted the next week of Foodie Beauty.
Blah, blah, blah. You know, like that kind of thing. Yeah, so he's an amazing husband.
Sure. Whatever.
And I say this just to point out the issues, but at the end of the day, we don't care.
Then don't talk about it.
About whatever.
We don't care about whatever. But you clearly care because you keep talking about it. You've mentioned it 3 times now. You keep mentioning it. And you're not even like, I don't even care. Whatever. You can't even name what you're talking about. You can't even give it a description. What exactly are you talking about? We don't care about people thinking we're a sham, him enabling my weight gain and health decline, my obvious money issues, the fact that I'm in a good mood at the beginning of this mukbang, but once I start talking and thinking about my life and actually breaking it down, I'm now pissed off. What exactly are you talking about?
It really doesn't affect our life at all.
Mm-hmm.
No. I just ate a cardamom pod.
Exciting.
So all that to say, I mean, I don't know how people involve themselves in the drama every single day. It's literally so exhausting.
It's as easy as you just eating shit food every day. That's how we get involved in the drama. You are our fast food addiction. Let's make that like an analogy. We like to watch this. This is our spiritual fast food. We don't want to give it up. It's so palatable. We love it. You are our 3 massive double crunch taco supremes. You are an oversized French fry meal with melty cheese and hot sauce. That is what you are as far as content is for us. You sit and binge out and gorge yourself on massive meals. That's harmful to you. That's what gets you going. That's what makes you. This is the filthy thing we do that we know we shouldn't do, but we do it anyway.
And I seriously don't know how people can accuse someone of not having a life when you do that all day, like nitpicking the dumbest things.
Have I done this all day? I've been on camera filming this all day. What have I done today already? I've cooked myself a meal, put together, cleaned out the fridge. I'm going to go and bring the bin in a minute. I've done 5Ks on the treadmill. I've sat outside and had a coffee and talked to my cat. I've unpacked the dishwasher, put some dishes away, made out with my hubby for 5 minutes before he went to work. What else have I done? Put a load of washing on, put a load in the dryer. And then I'm going to probably do a little bit more cleaning, have my lunch, maybe go for a little quick wander up to the shops, up to the $2 shops, see if there's any little gadgety things that I might need or don't need that I'm going to buy anyway. And then later on I might do a live stream. Doesn't seem like I'm sitting there looking at you all day. No, it doesn't.
Spending all day on Twitter trying to tear someone down.
But I didn't think you were on Twitter.
I've said this a million times. I don't even have Twitter.
So how do you know
people?
Then how do you know what people are doing on Twitter if you don't have Twitter? How do you view what's going on Twitter? How do you see it? Because there's nobody out there that, as far as I know or I'm aware of, that has a YouTube channel that just loads up Foodie Beauty Twitter comments. God, that's a good idea. Someone do that. Someone do that. Someone do that. I haven't seen that. Haven't seen it. I don't know about it. Is there one? I could be wrong. Unless you are on Twitter with an account, how do you know what anybody is saying about you? Because nobody sits there and talks about all the funny comments, all the mean comments, all the over the tops, all the too far comments that people make about you. Where are you reading them?
So they literally are. I also realized something else that's very empowering.
Ooh, tell us.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like me. I don't need you to. I don't care. Like, who are you? I don't like you either.
Okay.
There, now we're unfriends. I have enough people in my life who love me. I don't care.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, look at this, a whole anise. This was really good. The only thing with curry is it stains. I love it though. Oh my gosh, it's one of my favorite. I mean, this should be proof enough that I don't just do these for views or I'd be, mukbang for views because I've done paneer mukbang.
You do mukbangs for views. You do mukbangs for views. Because you couldn't possibly sit there for 21 minutes without anything in front of you, without putting something in your mouth. You need to be snacking, smoking, or eating. You can't just sit there and talk. You can't do it. It's impossible for you to do that for that long. You need to be putting something in there. And you don't care what your mukbangs are. You don't care if it's something that the audience wants to see or if the audience is bored with watching you eat the same meal over and over. You ate paneer for 11 days in a row for almost every single meal. You could give a shit what your audience thinks about the meals that you eat. You eat what you crave. You eat what you think you want. That's what you do. You don't choose your meals because of the audience. And don't you dare. Don't you dare.
A few times, like many times. And, you know, most people who try to get views from mukbangs do huge display of food. Yeah, so I had a bunch of comments in my Taco Bell video. This is a binge. You don't have the right to define for me what a binge is. Like, that is not up to you to.
It is an overconsumption of a large meal. And we know you had other food there. But whatever. It isn't a binge. We'll go with Foodie's narrative. That was, in fact, not a Taco Bell binge at 3 a.m. It was just Foodie having a snack, in her own words.
Define what that is. That's up to me. I know what a binge is for me. A single meal is not a binge. That's not a binge. Please educate yourselves on binge eating disorder if you're going to comment.
I will go and educate myself on binge eating disorder. Okay, food. When you understand it for yourself and have effectively helped yourself with your eating disorder, lost a large amount of weight, sustained a large amount of weight, and helped your mentals when it comes to your food, then I will start taking advice on binge eating disorder from you.
On somebody's videos who has binge eating disorder. And people also saying, it's not an excuse. It's not an, yes, it is an excuse.
No.
It is an excuse. It is an excuse.
No, it's not.
And I'm not shielding myself and giving my, you know, I'm not saying, oh, well, I have binge eating disorder, so I'm going to eat. No, I was not able to say no, and I picked something unhealthy, and that was a choice I made, and I was just sharing it because I'm trying to be transparent. I'm not trying to excuse anything. But
you are letting it slide. You're not being hard on yourself. That's what you do with every bad meal that you choose.
Yeah, I mean, having an eating disorder is a reason for these issues I have with food. I mean, you know, but yeah, that's, you know, that's the thing. That's the problem. It's like,
no, but doing it for 7 years and not affecting any change after your 1,000,000th attempt it's just all excuses after that. It's all excuses after that, because this isn't the first time you've said it, second time, third time. It's literally the 1 million, not literally, practically feels like the millionth time you've said this. This is the cycle. It is excuses. Maybe for somebody else it isn't, but for you, in this particular situation, for your YouTube channel, yes, it is.
Like, you're darned if you do, you're darned if you don't. Because, you know, as a person with food issues, with an eating disorder, as a big person, we literally can't eat anything like but a fig leaf and a breast.
No, that's what you think, because you haven't spoken to anybody about this that could reassure you that, in fact, no, it isn't. We can recondition your brain so you can look at food in a different way. In a different way completely. I eat all of the foods. I've lost 63 kilos and I eat all of the fucking foods. I eat the fish, I have fries, I have burgers, I have tacos, I will occasionally have pizzas, I have carbs, I have veggies. I have all the foods across all of the areas. I do not restrict one single element of food out of my diet. I eat all of it. And I used to be an overeater and I still struggle with it. I do not eat fig leaves and air every single day. I have proper, substantial meals, but I also move and I also think about what I'm eating and make better choices. It's all about the choices that you choose to put in your body. And my body and my activity level and the things that I can do are worth more to me than all the violet crumbles in the world and all the massive pastas that I could possibly eat, all of the pizzas in the world. My physical freedom is more valuable to me than any delicious food that you could put in front of me. And that is the difference between Foodie and myself. I value health above everything else.
A stick of celery, and someone will still say that's a stick of celery for a family of 8. You know, like it was an unhealthy meal. Yeah. You know, I find fast food to be very addictive, and that's not a secret. But I feel like it's important to share everything, and not just the good. You know, not just when I'm doing well, or which is not barely at all. Like, but I'm not going to be down on myself about that, because yes, you don't see how hard I struggle every day. You don't see what I do every day. You don't see me how many times I do say no to myself, and then I do give in. Like, you know, it's like,
you know what I've never seen? I've never seen Foodie come on camera bawling her eyes out, going, guys, I'm emotionally struggling right now. I really, really, really want to eat Taco Bell. I just can't stop thinking about it. All I can think about is the soft bread and the crunch and the meat inside and then the hot. So I just, I hate these pervasive thoughts. Help, talk me down, talk me through it. I'm trying to get rid of this feeling. What do I do? Help me out. It's not what you want from a YouTube channel. It's trauma dumping. But we've never seen that struggle from Foodie. She shows us everything else. She shows us the fake interactions with Sala. She comes on stream with the shisha. She shows us these awful mukbangs. But what we don't see, which people would be very interested to see and would give her the views, would be to see that mental struggle, that mental fight, what she goes through to fight her urges and her cravings off. We never see that. All we see is the back end of it. So for me, I would think that there's no battle going on whatsoever. I'd think she'd be just sitting there going, paneer, it's a paneer kind of day. I'm having paneer today. That's what I see. I don't see the turmoil that she goes through to try and stop having the paneer, the journaling, the going for a walk, the talking to Sala, the getting somebody on the phone to talk them through it, talking to your therapist, reading a book, preparing a different meal, or having that emotional breakdown when you just cannot take that sensation or that feeling anymore. Because that's what happens. That's what people go through who are struggling. We don't see that from Foodie. We don't see any of those techniques from Foodies. So describe to us, Foodie. What do you do? What do you do when you're struggling? Describe it. Show it. Show it. You've monetized every other ugly part of your life. Monetize that.
Like, there's so many times before that Taco Bell that I said no to a lot of different things I could have eaten. You know, you don't see those things. You just assume the worst. And that's the kind of negativity I'm talking about. I don't need it. But I was looking at our couples channel and I was like, people are delusional. Like, there's some reactors, if you can call them that. They're more hate channels, but whatever.
And
they're like, or just like people in general, she never does anything in Kuwait. Like our couples channel from when I first came to Kuwait, we did so much together. We did so much on that channel. Just go look at all the videos. Like we did so much. And
of all the same things, all you really do is go to the movies, go to restaurants, and I think it's maybe 3 or 4 museums and 2 really terrible zoos. Are you telling me that is legit? Oh, we've been to a fun park. Are you telling me that legit that's all Kuwait offers? There's a couple of scabby looking restaurants, one PJ Chang's or FJ Chang's or the Chinese place that they went to, and walks across the beach. What we are telling you, Foodies, what you've shown us does not give us a good impression of Kuwait, and it's few and far between. You guys do not look like a fun, active couple. That's what people, that's the feedback. And you're mad because you feel like you are, and we are telling you, no, hun, you're not.
We're going to be doing the rest of it. Don't worry. And yeah, so and stay tuned. We have a lot of vlogs coming up, so a lot of exciting things in the future. And I'm not going to let my issues hold me back. You know, if I have to be the first obese person to die trying to do things that I want to do, then so be it. I will do it.
Sweetheart, you won't be. I've heard of a true crime story, not even a true crime story, a medical mystery story of a gentleman who had a massive stroke and died, massive heart attack, and died in that Heartbreaker cafe place where they make those ridiculously large burgers. The man had a heart attack at the table. I imagine that's what's going to happen for you, Foodie, is that you're not going to be trying to scuba dive or get to Everest Base Camp or be abseiling down a rock wall. I think your shortcoming is going to come in a different way.
I will do it. Anyway, I'm stubborn. Yeah,
but not in the right way.
And I don't like to, I hate to be told I can't do something. I hate it.
You can't get healthy. You can't break your addiction to fast food. You can't succeed. You can't do this, Foodie. You do not have the capability. You can't be a healthy or kind person. Take that as a challenge.
More importantly, I hate to think it. I hate to think to myself that I can't do it, something, because I know I'm capable of doing anything I want to do. And so are you guys. Yeah, so I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Okay, so that was my reaction. It went a little longer than I expected, but whatever. That was my reaction. If you liked anything I said or hated anything I said, put it in the comments. If you want to subscribe to my channel, you can. If you don't want to subscribe, that's fine too. Whatever. This was reaction for Linsky and for the other person who said that they liked my accent, that would like to, they would listen to me even read the phone book. This is a bit longer, this reaction, so enjoy. All right, guys. See you later. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.
I was there when needed someone who wasn't getting over you.